No intro today, massive day for doubters and haters as Mountaintop Studios have announced that Spectre Divide will be shutting down its servers in the next 30 days. I had to make this video seeing as my last one covering this shit show of a game is the most second viewed video on this channel, so thank you for that. I was lying in bed last night about to go to sleep scrolling through Twitter when I saw this tweet from Dexerto, and this is how I initially found out that Spectre Divide was shutting down, and it says, "Letter to Spectre fans. Dear Spectre fans, it's been 2 weeks since we launched Spectre Divide Season 1 Flashpoint. We're incredibly grateful for the positivity and support that you've shown over that short time. Unfortunately, the Season 1 launch hasn't achieved that level of success we needed to sustain the game and keep Mountaintop afloat. We were optimistic about the first week. We had 400,000 players play with a peak concurrent player count of 10,000. Wait, what? 10,000 across all platforms. But as time has gone on, we haven't seen enough active players and incoming revenue to cover the day-to-day costs of Spectre and the studio. Since the PC launch, we stretched our remaining capital as far as we could, but at this point, we're running out of funding to support the game. This means Mountaintop will be closing its doors at the end of this week. We expect to take Spectre offline within the next 30 days, but we plan on disabling new purchases and refunding money spent since Season 1 launch via the platforms." Okay, that's actually W right there. They're refunding all the money that you spent since Season 1. We pursued every avenue to keep going, including finding a publisher, additional investment, and or an acquisition. In the end, we weren't able to make it work. The industry is in a tough spot right now, and that's not Elysia, that's facts. The industry, it's in a tough and very weird spot right now. This is a painful update to share. We love Spectre, and we're incredibly proud of what we built within this community. Now, are we surprised? No. And if you are, then you are trolling. This game was dead on release, relying heavily on Shroud's aura to keep Spectre Divide and Mountaintop Studios afloat. For months after the game's initial release, though, the people at Mountaintop would try to support this game and bring a frequency of about 2 patches a month leading up to their Season 1 release, 4 months after launch. And if that's not crazy, then I don't know, because I was out after the first few days. The whole 2 bodies you control, or I guess the divide concept, was cool for what it was, but come on, that can only take you so far. Take that away and what do you have? It's just another bare bones 5v5 search and destroy shooter. Only this one really tried to be the next Valorant for some reason, but with shitty Borderlands graphics and horrid gunplay. Unless that was what Game Shroud was obsessed with at the time when he was giving his input at Mountaintop Studios, because for them to say that they were trying to do something innovative and original is only half true. I wasn't able to get any gameplay, but is that a surprise? It happened in my last video too, so I hope you're enjoying the trailers in the background. The fading memory we will have of this game, because holy, this shit show had to have been a fever dream, or probably will be remembered as one after these 30 days. I want to take a moment to say though that to the people of Mountaintop Studios, I hope they find a new place of employment in the industry. I know that this was a tough loss for them. Like they said, the industry is in a very tough spot right now. It was a gamble for them, and just taking the risk deserves some praise. You know, it's like, I'm not a game dev myself. I've tried to make games like little RPGs, but I've never gotten that far. Nonetheless, should have never chased trends. Our style was bad. Gameplay and gunplay was subpar. Shroud never has a good opinion. Could have and should have done more with the gameplay instead of just relying on the whole 2-body mechanic or something, because this was not standing out in such a crowded genre of games. In this day and age, if you really want to be standing out in such a crowded genre, you need things such as like serious innovation, gameplay, things that really shake up the formula, and I believe this game kind of set a precedent in the industry, that even for AAA or AA, or just A, or I don't even know if you would call this an A game, you need like a whole lot more than just 10 players on a map with guns and a bomb. Look at the finals, for example. They created a game show within a game where you have to go and steal your cash out station or your vault. You have to go steal the objective from other people, and you have to have the most amount of set money at the end of each round. I'm just using that as an example. This was a fun video to make because my mouth was salivating when I read the news. Like, I never slept so good. That's all for today's video though. This has been Grief. I'm logging off.